name's Will Deutschendorf, and welcome to West Coast Martial Arts Academy. Come on inside. This is our front lobby where everyone checks in. And over here on the right side, we have our waiting room for parents to hang out in. We have a private lesson room over here on this side where we do private lessons during the regular group classes, or if you have a child or someone who doesn't want to be a little overstimulated by all of the noises and everything going on. And then we have our main training hall over here. So this is our 3,500 square foot martial arts matted facility, and we have our parkour program going on in the back, and then we have the main front area here for all of our martial arts students.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. So I own West Coast Martial Arts Academy myself. It's been about 17 years since we started back in 2008, early 2007. And I started the place with 4 other business partners, and our goal was to create a big enough facility that anyone could train and do all of the different arts that they liked, and not have to worry about being jammed next to somebody else, but also make it a little bit more affordable so that everyone could also train and get what they wanted out of it. And that's been going really well for the last couple, decade and a half. I unfortunately lost all of my business partners. They went into other ventures and different things, so I became the sole owner after that, but I've really enjoyed it so far. 15
years. So how did you get involved in martial arts to begin with?
So when I was a little 5-year-old kid, I was really into Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, and just like any little kid, I didn't get my rite of passage though, like a lot of kids do, where they jump into martial arts at 5 years old and then they're done with it by 8 years old and move on to the next thing. I didn't actually get to do actual training in a school until 13. So my brother, I had a twin brother, and we trained together for 6 years at that location. And we really loved training. We started teaching there. We loved working with the students. I was surprised because as a young kid, I didn't consider myself very athletic, but it seemed like with the right teacher, pretty much coaching you one step at a time, it was amazing how much progress you could make.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that one-on-one instruction that we got. I just kind of ran with it from there.
So was this your natural progression from the time you were a kid to go in and teaching others?
Yeah, I really loved doing martial arts, and it seemed like the natural thing to do was, if you love doing it and you want to do it all the time, to become a teacher. I didn't realize what that meant as a 19-year-old kid, but back then it seemed like the natural thing to do.
Absolutely. How did you choose 4S Ranch for this location?
We were looking back in 2007 anywhere for martial arts school, and we looked at several buildings. We weren't just looking at Forest Ranch, but we did love this area. We were trying to find something around here because it was right before the recession and it seemed like a booming community.
Right.
And this was actually the very last building we looked at out of like 6 or 7 before we were going to call it quits and decide we weren't going to be able to start a business and make it happen. So it just really worked out that we got into this place.
Fantastic. Where do you see your business developing over the next few years?
So I've been really fortunate that all of the instructors who teach here have actually been with me from when they were young kids, just like when I was small. You know, they started with me when they were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and now they help run the facility with me. So my goal would be to eventually buy our own martial arts building so that we could just exclusively be martial arts. And hopefully one of them would love to take over the teaching aspect as I get a little bit older here. But I don't have any interest in opening up several locations or anything like that. I really love teaching and I love being on the mat as much as possible. So I don't really want to be a management type person overseeing all these guys. I love actually being on the mat and making the connection. And I do feel like when you're working with someone young, you have a much better opportunity to change their perspective and their personality and really improve them as a person.
Right.
Teaching adults is great too, but adults are a little bit more set in their ways.
Right.
So I do love working with younger kids.
What is your style that you teach here?
So we teach Hawaiian Kempo Jiu-Jitsu. It's also known as Kaju Kempo. It's a combination of karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, Okinawan Kempo, and Chinese boxing. It was America's first mixed martial art. It started back in Hawaii in the 1940s. And over the last 80 years, it's just kind of added to and taken away certain things that were effective or not effective. And it really was a self-defense art. And we've integrated a lot of different styles into it to make it work also for kickboxing and boxing. We've added some grappling and ground fighting and catch wrestling in there as well. So it's a good style that combines a lot of different elements instead of just one particular style.
Can the kids expect to get a workout here as well as learning the techniques?
They definitely have to get a workout. We always try to teach that running away is your first line of defense if you can. So we make sure that the kids are fit enough that they can run away. And we do also have a parkour instructor who teaches parkour classes here too, to kind of add to that.
Awesome.
They can get even better at running away.
So they can get away in style.
Yeah, they can look good while they do it.
How do people get in touch with you if they're interested in bringing their child into your facility?
So you can always just Google 4S Karate and we should pop up. Our martial arts school has been here for a long time. You can also download our app. It's on iOS and Android.
What's the name of it?
It's just WCMAA.
Okay.
And the studio code to get into the app is our phone number. It's 858-451-KICK or 5425. So you type in that phone number and then you can get into our app. You can see our whole curriculum and everything is already on there. You don't have to buy any of that stuff because we don't really feel like, I mean, with all the material you could learn on YouTube, if you can learn it by yourself, more power to you.
Right.
But you know, we have it all open access and then you can contact us from there and jump right into a free trial.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Will. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.